Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Dorbin number 82 BNE in a mill finish. This is a piece of solid architectural bronze with a open cell neoprene backer, which would be exceptional for sound attenuation. Door sweep or perimeter gasketing. I would probably be less prone to use this as a door sweep compared to perimeter gasketing. You're going to want to be able to, if it's used as gasketing, it's a very generous surface area on the sponge neoprene. And sponge neoprene, because it's spongy, full of holes, it's really good for sound attenuation. You'll see sponge neoprene used in STC rated items. Now back to that piece of bronze, and you can use it as a door sweep, but just think about how large that is. I could frankly see this installed on doors where they weren't opened that often, but sealing them was crucial. Think Southern Florida, the courtyard in a five-star hotel where they will have weddings outside. You might have several pairs of doors, and those doors are opened up only during events. So that might be a good application for those. Durable, large, effective, but you don't have a lot of need to expect the door closer to be able to elegantly close that door every time, because depending on the installation, you might have a little bit of binding that occurs down there. Okay. Now, mill. This architectural bronze is available in at least 5 from Dorbin for sure. Mill, which is just natural. It's raw architectural bronze. When you order it, it's going to look like this. It's going to be streaky. You can see the streak that's here. This is what the material looks like when it's extruded at the mill. That's how it gets its name. If you want something that's raw, that's going to age and patina with exposure to the elements, this is correct. If you want something that has a finish on it, this is not correct. This is not finished. The second would be a 606 finish, like satin brass. That would be an incredibly elegant brushed satin brass. The third is polished brass, and that would be high mirror polish with a lacquer coating over it. You can do this in oil-rubbed bronze as well, and then they can do a black finish as well. And technically, because it's solid architectural bronze, you can even have it plated polished chrome if you wanted. That could be done, ultimately. Now, the 82, let's take a look at the details of what this is. The part number 82B is going to be representative of its dimensional properties. They also have a version of this with a much thinner piece of architectural bronze on the outside, which would be the 82BN, just N with no E at the end, and that would be a very thin piece of aluminum. That would be, it's available in aluminum, but architectural bronze as well. That's roll formed, much thinner, maybe more appropriate as perimeter gasketing. You could use the roll formed material. I would think if it's a door sweep, you're going to want something more substantial in terms of the thickness to contend with the flexing of the insert material. Now, there is an image below this video showing the dimensional properties of the item, and let's go over that now. Okay, so we're dealing with 1.25 inch overall height. That's indeed the case. You've got about 5/16 worth of the exposed neoprene with a face dimension of 3/8 of an inch on the neoprene itself. This will be listed in the website in several different lengths, everything from 2 foot to 8 foot, generally on about a 2, 4, or 6 inch interval. Now, if you have need for a longer length, you can have that as well, and what you can do is simply reach out to us. We don't list lengths longer than 8 foot because the cost to ship is prohibitive. Can't go package service, has to go common carrier, that sort of scenario. So keep all of that in mind when proceeding. Reach out to us if you need longer than 8 foot. We'll quote that for you. Might be an issue if you need one piece that's 102 inch, but if you needed 30 pieces that were 14 feet, the freight's not going to be too much of an issue. So we've talked about the dimensional properties. We've talked about where you're going to use it. You might be able to use it as an astragal, but I wouldn't put this on anything but doors that are never going to be opened, hardly. Because of the thickness of the foam, it's just not very pliable. It's meant to seal, but as a perimeter gasketing, it should be very elegant for you. The lengths we've talked about. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to. Probably not such a big deal to cut this in the field. However, you'll notice that they let the neoprene run a little bit long, and that's by design, so that you can trim that so that it works perfectly with your installation. And that's how it's always going to come. If you have need for a custom length, let us know by ordering that next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field. We're going to save you from having that trim too close, and then not save you, but set you up so that the first slotted hole is at the proper distance from the edge, and then the proper center to center as well. And speaking of that slotted hole, screws are included, and those are brass. They're just going to be in an unfinished, and that's a magnet, they're brass, in an unfinished sort of head preparation. They won't be matching polished or satin because they're milled. It's nice to have those slotted holes there at the factory because it's hard to drill a slotted hole naturally. And if you're purchasing a door sweep that is so costly per foot, order it exactly the way that you need it so that all you really need to do is trim this. Or not. We can do it any way you like. We can send it out without slotted holes if you like that as well. So keep all of that in mind. Even though the backside, you're going to need to pre-drill the holes through the neoprene for the screws. Okay. Slotted holes are nice to have from the factory because they will help account for a sill that's not level, or a door that's not plumb, or if it's perimeter gasketing, you could have a little bit of warp to the door. You can have a jamb that is just towed in, or kicked in, or actually physically towed. So slotted holes are handy to give you the ability to make final fitting on everything that you're doing. Okay. Dorbin has a comprehensive offering of our solid architectural bronze or brass weather stripping products, perimeter gasketing, door sweeps, thresholds. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Dorbin products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Dorbin, this is their part number 82, BNE in a mill finish, or any other Dorbin product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.